welcome to BuzzBooster.tv.
I'm Shahar.
And I'm Nash.
And this show is brought to you by
GoToMeeting.
On today's show, we are going to talk about how to increase the level of trust in your business.
Yes, we have a very cool tool for you to use with Pinterest.
Exactly, and my question to you, are you picking up the slacks?
Enjoy.
So today, we're getting to our last step of the magnetic influence system, which is?
Increase the level of trust.
This is a very important step.
It is crucial.
Yes, and if you did everything right from the former steps that you can watch on previous episodes,
it naturally increased.
It naturally increased. But there are many other things that you can do to increase trust. You know, Nash, unfortunately, most people think that when we think about trust, it's about showing testimonials.
Right.
Right?
No, it's not just that.
It's not just that. It is very important, though.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, increase the level of credibility will, of course, increase the level of trust. So you should make testimonials that people give to you prominent.
Yes.
And by the way, just an aside, yes, you can use the testimonials that you get on LinkedIn, you know, those referrals that they give there, all those things in other places. Yes, you can grab those and put on your site, on your sales copy.
If they took the time to write about you there or somewhere else, hey, why not copy those and paste them onto your website? As long as you give credit to the person who said it.
Yes, exactly.
You can do that.
You can do that. And you, of course, you can also use pictures and you can use videos as testimonials too.
The more you use, the better it is. In other words, if you just have text, that's great. If you have text and an image of the picture of the person, that's better. If you have a video of the person, that's even better. And sometimes you might just have the audio, so you can put the audio in the text or the audio and the person's picture next to it. So whatever you can do to show other people that this is a human being, a true human being, the better it is.
Yeah, and one thing we don't do anymore in websites concerning testimonials is not have just a one-page called testimonials. How do we do now?
So, you know, you put a page with testimonials on there, everyone knows they're just going to see praise on it. So a lot of times they don't even click. So the best thing to do is force them to actually see and read the testimonials. And the way to do that is you basically rotate them through the different pages of your website. So like if you have a column on your site, you can put a different testimonial on that column on each page or on the footer or somewhere else. But so that every time the person goes to a different page or the page reloads, they see a new testimonial.
It is cool, right? And it makes more exciting every page and brings credibility to every single page of your site.
That's right. You're just reinforcing that.
Exactly. But you have to think about how you increase trust in everything you do in your company.
How?
Yeah, well, very important thing is all the email communication. Also very important, all the customer service.
Yes.
On your autoresponders, especially in the first 5 messages, it's very important to tell your story, tell why you're doing what you're doing. You know, bring, you know, if you have degrees and things like that that matter to your audience, you should mention those in your first messages. So the 5 first messages is really to go deeper into the relationship in a sense of showing who you are and increasing credibility. They are not meant to start selling right away anyway. That's in the autoresponder.
That's important to understand, really, Shahar, because a lot of times people just want to push right at first. Well, the first things you need to do, especially in a sequence of messages, is build that level of trust. Give them make them feel comfortable about you. So, and then how do you do it? Just like you were saying, you can show, even for instance, if you were in the media, if you had a news coverage, all of those things. Not only should you mention them, but they should all, even on your website, you should have the logos and things like that for those places that you were featured on.
Yes, if you get that quite often, you might want to have a page called In the Media, where you actually grab the text, grab the video files,
or the audio,
and host them on your site.
Yes.
This is important because, especially concerning video interviews that you have out there, they usually keep those for 30 days. And they rotate with other articles. So it would be better for you to grab that from whatever site it is and bring to your own environment where you can control that.
Good point, because the newspapers do that too. A lot of times the coverage will stay there only for 30 days, in which case then you'll lose your coverage. So make sure that as soon as you're out, you grab it, you copy it, and then you place it on your website where you can control.
One key point concerning trust is that you have to be consistent. Actually,
Yes.
that's the golden rule for you to increase the level of trust. You need to be consistent, not only in your behavior, but in the communication you have. So, for example, if you do videos, they need to be consistent. It's not 1 year and 6 months later. Same thing with email communication. It's very important because you want to keep on top of the mind. This doesn't mean you should be emailing them every single day because then they're going to go blind to your message. But you have to be there every now and then.
Yeah.
Then we have the rule that always at least once a month, not never after more than 30 days. Ideally a little bit more than that. You will see with your audience what's the best level of consistency that they want, but it needs to be there. Most people think that by putting a testimonial, not communicating with their audience, they are going to be successful, and no, consistency is crucial.
Yes.
Yeah, and you should have that in mind.
Yes. In fact, actually, the consistency thing, just embrace that, because you have to be consistent in pretty much everything that you do. It will, even if you're doing like a web show, you have to be consistent. If you're writing on your blog, you have to be consistent. Or if you're communicating with your clients and everything that Shahar said, you have to be consistent.
Yes.
So just embrace that concept.
Yeah. And think in every single touch that you have with your customer, how you can increase the level of trust. And many little things will impact that. Showing a little bit of who you are, talking about a little bit about your personal life, showing the environment you live in, which pets do you have, your kids.
So that's the thing. A lot of times people will think, well, the way that I show trust is to show how I'm successful in my business.
Yes.
Well, that's an important element, yes. However, showing the personal side, the human side of you, actually also helps and impacts the level of trust, the perceived trust that they have in you. Because if they see that you're human, that you like to have fun, that you have family time, that you have values, all of those things influence.
But we do hear quite often that they, especially with websites, that they need to have the corporate look and only show corporate stuff. People will do business with people at the end. So you need to show that side. You need to show the personality of your company. When you have employees, how is that run? What do they like? What are their hobbies? Today, this is way more important than looking corporate.
Yes, remember.
Because, people don't trust companies.
No.
That's the very first thing. So be careful with that.
Yes, and like we've said numerous times before, don't be boring.
Yeah, never be boring. Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, a question that we've been getting a lot lately is, how do I use Pinterest? Pinterest. Everyone's asking about Pinterest. So I'd like to share with you a cool tool that will allow you to repurpose your blog posts and other things, articles and things like that. Pinterest can be used to the benefit of getting a lot of traffic to your website. A really nice way. The only thing is, every time you post there, you either have to have an image or a video. So you might have quite a few of those, but eventually you'll run out. Or which images do I do? Do I go back, for instance, do I go back and add an image to every blog post so that I can pin my old blog posts and have them on there? What do I do? Yes, you can do that. But there's a cool nifty tool called Pin a Quote, pinaquote.com, and what it does is it allows you to highlight text and then it creates an image out of it so that you can quickly pin that to your Pinterest account. So that's my tip that's my tip for today, pinaquote.com. Enjoy.
My question to you today is, are you eating your sales lax? We all have people that say no to us during the sales process. That's totally normal, right? But do you have any process in place that you can turn them into customers later? A lot of people just say, okay, let's suppose you send an email to a list and you get a percentage that buys, and then they just forget it. They say, that's what it is, that's what I'm going to sell. But frankly, there's a lot that you can do after a person says no to turn them into a customer. Of course, you can have several touches to still try to sell what you are offering in the first place. For you to have an idea, it takes about 5 contacts before a person even makes the decision to buy or has really the impulse to buy something. So you need to be aware of that. That very few times you're going to offer something the first time and they are going to say yes. Of course, you can use autoresponders to do that, but you can also offer them upsells and downsells. You can do that when you do online, and you can also do that in a negotiation process. So if they don't want product A, they might be interested in product B. You can offer for a lower price, and sometimes you even offer for a higher price. But you have to have a process in place where you can use the pool of prospects that you have to sell more and more, and not allow that the first no will just say, okay, that's it, I'm not going to do that. There's a lot of money on the table when you create processes to keep selling to them even after they say no. Again, like I told you, there are other offers that you can make, there are other packages that you can offer, there are downsells and upsells in the process, and most importantly, the amount of communication in the process. Asking just for the sale once usually does not bring you much money, because people are overwhelmed with information and they are resistant to buying anyway at this moment. So you need more contacts. Like I told you, at least 5 for them to think about buying. Think about that. So you need to be using several methods also to reach them, not only email. You can mix that. You can do email, you can do direct mail, you can send a video, you can talk about a blog post you put and everything leading to the sales funnel. But you need to keep that communication going. Most people stop at the first touch, and that's a very big mistake in business.
That was good.
I think you got some very good information to apply in your business and see results right away, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Now, we would like to invite you to come join us on May 3rd, 4th, and 5th here in Salt Lake, when we are doing the Extreme Income Explosion Summit.
Yes.
Yes, 3 days of very good information, amazing speakers.
We're going to go deep, in depth.
And we are going to show you how to go far, go fast, and go big in your business.
That's right.
What do they have to do?
All you have to do is go to extremeincomeexplosionsummit.com. Extremeincomeexplosionsummit.com. Go there. Just sign up and come join us in Salt Lake.
Yes, and you know, I'm going to tell you a secret.
Ooh.
At checkout, if you type the coupon code EXTREME, you will get 50 off of the price.
Ooh, so to viewers of our show, type in extreme at checkout and it'll give you 50 off, 50% off. Not so
50% off if you type extreme.
Very good deal.
At
So
extremeincomeexplosionsummit.com.
come join us.
Yeah, come meet us in Salt Lake City.